Okay, so today, it's just a nice general day. Today we're going to do a little bit of slow kind of strength work. We're going to do 3 sets of 10 squats in any way that we can to make it heavy and hard. 10 strict press, one hand at a time, on both hands. And we're going to do that for 3 rounds. And then when we're all done with that, we're going to do 2 Tabatas. So that's going to take 8 minutes of just, ideally a kettlebell snatch, but a dumbbell snatch will also work. Sound like a plan?
Yes.
Sweet. So we got to warm up. So let's just start out with a few air squats. Ugh. Squeeze your butt hard at the top. And a few push-ups. And all the way down here, a few Supermans. So we're going to flip over. Few butterfly sit-ups. And I'm really pulling myself forward to get a little bit of a stretch in the hips. So I'm at the top and grabbing my feet, pulling my chest down. You're gonna grab something soft for your knee. Go into a Sansom stretch. So I'm cooking some chicken drumsticks right now. I've had them marinating all day. And then I put some barbecue sauce on top before I put them in the oven. And I'm just starting to smell them. Ooh, they smell good.
Motivation right there.
I know, right? Switch. But another part of me is like, I gotta work out hard. That'll just make it taste even better when I'm like really hungry. Okay. And let's do those things again. So we're gonna do some squats. I'm doing 10. And some push-ups. And some Supermans. Flipping over for some butterfly sit-ups. Pulling myself really far ahead. Okay. And then to kind of stretch out my hips a little bit, I'm going to do a PNF stretch. I always forget what PNF stands for. PNF, is it peripheral neuromuscular facilitation? It's some sciencey words. Basically, what happens when you try and make a joint go to end range, the muscles will naturally contract in order to protect you from hyperextending, overextending. However, sometimes you want to stretch out at that point. So what you can do is kind of trick your brain by moving those muscles in the opposite direction and then stretch it. So what we can do, so right now, you can see that I'm in a butterfly position, and I want to stretch my knees down. Now I can grab my ankles and use my elbows to try and push them down, but what I just said is kind of happening. My muscles are naturally tightening up to stop me from really going as low as I can. So we're going to push in the opposite direction. So we're going to try and bring our knees together, but we're going to give us something to fight against so the muscles can really work in that direction. So I'm just going to make a fist like this. I'm going to put that between my knees, and I'm going to squeeze my knees together as hard as I can for 5 seconds. Right when I'm done, right after those 5 seconds, I'm going to go into that stretch that I just talked about. And I should be able to get another centimeter or two lower and get a better stretch. So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to count down. I'm going to fight. I'm going to squeeze and get ready. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to stretch. I'm going to fight again. Doing this 3 times is usually good. So I'm going to squeeze them together. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I'm going to stretch. And one last time, squeeze them together. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I'm going to stretch. Good. Okay, just to kind of warm up your shoulders, just kind of go ahead and give yourself a hug. A little bit of a twist. Arms up and down. Gonna stretch out my lats a little bit. So I'm going to take one hand, I'm going to put it behind my head. I'm going to hold it with my other hand. And then I'm going to take, so it's my left hand that's behind my head. I'm going to take my left foot, put it behind myself like this, and I'm going to stretch in that direction. You can lean forward or back, try and find a little bit of a stretch. There it is. I found it. You don't want to stretch too much before your workout. So I'm going to end it there. But I'm going to switch to the other hand and other foot. Going to go behind. Good little bit of a stretch. Take a break. Ooh. Let's do that one more time. So the first side. And the second side. All right. Whew. So, like I said, we're going to do a little bit of strength, and then we're going to do a little Tabata afterwards. So, we need something that we're going to squat that's going to be quote unquote heavy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my 2 heaviest kettlebells. So I got 53 pounds each. So it'll be about 106. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna hike them up to my front rack position, and I'm gonna do a front squat with these two big heavy kettlebells. What you got?
I got the dumbbells and the kettlebell.
How heavy are the dumbbells?
Each one is 20 pounds.
And your kettlebell is 33. Okay. So the dumbbells would be heavier if you have both of them. So with the dumbbells, you're just gonna hold them up like so, and you're going to squat. And you're basically just gonna do a dumbbell front squat. We're gonna do 10 of these. And then we're going to do one arm presses. But let's work on the squat first. Just go ahead and get done with it, and then I'll talk about the press. This is nothing new. We've done this before. We squat all the time. The most important thing, though, that I will remind you of is midline stability, aka keep your back straight. Okay? So even if you're going to, say, incline your torso, in order to squat, my back is still straight. My back isn't bending. The bending is happening at my hip and my knee. So even if I were to, say, be very inclined like this, kind of an immature squat, then my back is still going to be straight. See that? Even if it's not straight up. Now we're going to be doing a front squat. So the weight out here is going to help us stay a little bit more vertical anyway, but we want to make sure that in order to keep that back straight, we're going to take a deep breath in to our belly and fill up your belly like a big balloon and hold that. And when you hold that, that's going to brace your midsection and make it harder for your spine to move, because we don't want our spine to move. So I'm going to hike this up. I'm going to bring this to my front rack. I'm going to take a deep breath. I'm going to hold that belly. And I'm going to exhale as I'm approaching the top. Then I take a new deep breath. And I'm going to hold it. And I'm going to exhale as I approach the top. Okay? You never want to exhale when you're at the bottom. Okay? Because at the bottom, that's when it's going to be the hardest to keep your back straight. So you want to make sure that the big balloon of your belly is going to be bracing that when you need it the most, which is at the bottom of the squat. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. So let's do 10. Good times. Is that 10?
That was 10.
Awesome. Next, we're going to do a one-armed strict press. And then we're going to do the other arm. So you might be asking, why not just do a double strict press? While a double strict press is great, by loading one side of your body, it actually works a lot of core stability. Okay, so what I mean by that is, for example, I'm just going to hold this weight up like a suitcase. Now, the weight wants to pull me this way, but my core has got to keep stable to keep all this balanced. If I had two kettlebells, then the kettlebells itself would keep myself balanced. So by loading one side of your body, your core is going to have to work a lot harder to stay straight rather than letting the weight pull you or compensating and overdoing the other side. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Same thing happens if we're going overhead. It makes it harder to balance. So our core is going to work a little bit harder. So I'm going to use a little bit lighter kettlebell for the first round. We're going to do 10 strict presses. If you're going to do a kettlebell, then you're going to start in that same front rack position that we've been doing. So this position here, knuckles underneath your chin, elbows slightly out, this part of your arm hugging your body. I'm going to keep my thumb pointing mostly backwards, like so. I'm going to bring it straight back to this position. If you're using a dumbbell, it's a lot simpler. You know, if this was a dumbbell, all I'm going to have you do is I'm just going to have you keep it nice and simple. You're going to have the head of the dumbbell touching your shoulder, and you're just going to whoop, press it up, bring it back down. There's a whole lot of variety you can see about different types of presses. You're just going to keep it nice and simple. Just press it straight up. Sound good?
Yes.
Okay. So choose whatever weight that you want. Choose whatever implement that you want. We're going to do 10 strict presses. So keep your belly tight. Don't use any legs or anything. It's all going to be upper body. Here we go. Once you've done 10 on one side, put it down for a second, catch your breath. And then we're going to do the other side. I have done an extra rep. I kind of got distracted halfway through. Super simple, right?
Yeah.
We're going to do all of that again. So take just a moment. Catch your breath. We're going to squat again. That was a little cracky. All right. If you're ready, we're going to do 10 more squats, as heavy as you can manage with whatever equipment you got. Yeah, the hardest part of that for me is just holding that front mat, because kettlebells want to just go whoop forward. Okay. Take a moment. And now we're going to do 10 more strict press with whatever you got. Here we go. Take a moment. We're going to do the other hand. Left shoulder doesn't want to move well today. Okay. 10 more on the other hand. All right. Feeling a little bit better, getting a little bit more warmed up. All right. Good. Take a little bit of breather. We're going to do one more round of everything. All right. 10 more squats, 10 more presses, and 10 more presses. And then after that, we got 8 minutes of Tabata to do. All right. Nothing to it but to do it, right? Great. 10 more squats. Yeah, I can talk about the last one. 9 and 10. I can smell that chicken cooking.
Smells so good.
It smells really good. So I didn't really have a recipe or anything. I just took a big bag, put some oil in it, and just open up the spice cupboard and just put in any spice that sounded good. Let it marinate in there all day. Basted it with barbecue sauce and toss it in the oven. I'm gonna put a little bit more barbecue sauce on it after it's done cooking and eat.
What kind of barbecue sauce?
Brooks barbecue sauce.
Oh, what?
Yeah, super good. Super, super tasty. It's kind of like it's kind of like a sweet barbecue sauce, I guess. So good. All right. Tactical pause over. We got more presses to do. We have pressing matters to attend to. 10 more.
Aha.
Oh, yeah. That's starting to get a little bit harder. Momentary pause. We got 10 more on the other hand. Checking the time, plenty of time. And then 8 minutes worth of Tabata, and then we're done. Okay. 10 more, last 10. Then we move on. Get it done. Good. All right. Take one last breather. Ease away. Okay, so the last thing that we're going to do today is a Tabata of the same movement for all 8 minutes. We're just going to switch hands every round of the Tabata. So if you remember, Tabata is 20 seconds of work followed by 10 seconds of rest. And one Tabata is generally 4 minutes of that. So that would be 8 rounds. We're going to do twice as many, so 8 minutes or 16 rounds. And all I'm going to do is we're going to do a snatch, single arm snatch, preferably with a kettlebell, but a dumbbell will work as well. So for 20 seconds, you're just going to use your right hand to snatch. And in that 10 seconds rest, you put it down. And then the next 20 seconds, use your left hand to snatch. Rinse and repeat for 8 minutes. Pretty simple. Any questions?
Nope.
No? Cool. For anyone who watches the video later, I just want to make sure that if you're doing like a kettlebell snatch, you're going to go from the backswing. So you're going to go into the hips, up those hips, snatch it up, back into the backswing, and snatch it up. Good scaling for that would be obviously use a lighter weight if you don't have lighter weight available. What you can do is you can do what's called a half snatch. So a half snatch, you're going to bring it up the same way. You're gonna pop your hips, bring it up, and instead of going straight down back to your hips, you would bring it to the front rack, then to your hips. So it gives you kind of a moment of rest right here before you would go back into that snatch. If you're using a dumbbell, technically you can do a swing snatch with a dumbbell. I wouldn't suggest it. It's a lot closer to vital parts of your body. So I wouldn't suggest going into a swing this way with a dumbbell. So instead, I just have you do dumbbell from the floor. So you would point the dumbbell long ways this way. You would sit your hips back, keep your chest up, grab the dumbbell, power through your legs, bring this up above your head, and then you can, in the same manner, bring this down, and then just bring it back down to the floor, snatch it again, bring it down to the floor, snatch it again. Make sense?
Yes.
Cool. So 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off, and whenever you basically, at the start of every new 20 seconds, you use a different hand. You know what? I'm going to start with this weight, and if I start to die, I will switch weight to a lighter kettlebell. Are you good?
I'm good.
All right. I have my nifty Tabata timer somewhere. Yeah, if you just Google Tabata timer, it has a fully customizable one that you can set up. All right, let's go. So I'm going to press the start button. There's going to be a 10-second countdown. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Snatch. Three, 2, 1. Rest. 5, 4. Other hand. 3, 2, 1. Snatch. Three, 2, 1. Rest. It's already 2 down. Other hand now. 3, 2, 1. Go. Three, 2, 1. Rest. This will be fun. 3, 2, 1. Go. Three, 2, 1. Rest. Three, 2, 1. Go. Three, 2, 1. Rest. Three, 2, 1. Go. Two, 1. Rest. Three, two, one, go. Two, one, rest. Two, one, go. Rest. Three, two, one, go. Oh, okay, another extra 10 seconds. Sorry. That was between Tabatas. Go ahead and rest. We'll get an extra 10 seconds of rest here. Yeah, this timer gives us a 10-second rest between the whole thing. So we're past the halfway point now.
All right.
Ready, 3, 2, 1, go. And rest. Three, two, one, go. Two, one, rest. Three, two, one, go. Rest. Three, two, one, go. Two, one, rest. Three, two, one, go. Rest. Two, one, go. Rest. I think this is our last one. I think at least. Three, two, one, go. 3, 2, 1. And done. Ah. Fantastic. That was fun. That was good.
Yeah.
So, for a little mobility thing of the day, I'm going to take the kettlebell to the side. Take this, put it aside. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go on my belly. I'm going to put one arm straight out like so. Then, all I'm going to do is I'm going to want this shoulder to be flat against the floor. Then I'm going to take my far away foot, and I'm just going to bring this around like so. And this will be a little bit of a stretch for the back, depending on how tight you are, but it's going to be more for the shoulder, just opening that up. And we're just going to chill here for a little bit. Yeah, it feels pretty good. And then nice and easy, I'm just going to bring that foot back. Nice and slow. I'm going to switch to the other side. So the other hand's going to be flat, the shoulder's going to be down. I'm going to have my far away foot come over. I'm just going to hang here for a little bit. And then nice and easy, bring this back. And then one last thing before we go. If you have like a chair or a bed or really anything that you can put your elbows on, like this, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put my elbows right on top of the edge of the chair like so. And then I'm gonna try and basically take a seat back, push my head through my arms. And the big thing here is not to let my back bend in order to do that. I want to keep my belly tight, keep my back as straight as I can. And I'm just gonna bring my head down, keep my belly tight. And I'm just gonna hang out here for a little bit. If you want to make this better, you can grab a stick and hold a stick between both your hands. But this will be just fine for now. And just spend some time here. Even lean a little bit to one side or the other. Find a little bit of an angle there. And nice and easy, get out of there. Good times. All right. Paul, thanks as always for coming over and working out with me.
Thank you for hosting.
No problem. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. I'm gonna go have some chicken.
Enjoy it.
Yeah. Hope you have a good meal yourself. Have a good one.
Yeah, have a good one.